Okay, so recently I have been searching for a blush. A couple of mutuals of mine on Twitter were talking about, you know, blushes and what blushes would be flattering on dark skin. And so I went on a mini hunt. And it seemed like the stars aligned perfectly because a lot of brands came out with a whole bunch of blushes, just like all at once, and I was like, I gotta try them. Some that I haven't tried yet that I want to, obviously at the date of this release, is the ColourPop like quad base palettes. I don't really use powder contour, but I want to try what they're offering for blush, and yeah, I think it's fun. But I've tried I think all of their formulas so far. And you can like check back on my channel to see which blushes I have talked about and which ones I did and didn't like that aren't here. But starting with like just like a traditional powder blush, my most recent love is the ColourPop Pressed Powder Blush in Out of Sight, and it's just like a nice warm, I don't normally like shimmers in my blush, but I feel like this is really nice for all over the body. And it just like, ooh, ooh. Let me put it here. You can't see it on my phone. You can't see it on my body. It's very close to my skin tone. But it came with, in the set, I got it in the Poppy set. And in the set, it comes with Foxy, and Foxy is too light and powdery and shimmery that it would look like a very nice body shimmer, like on the chest, but it wouldn't actually play well as like a blush on me, as far as being medium skin tone. What I was previously using before 2020, because this is really like a collection of makeup I collected in the past year, last 2 years, was a Milani blush in Romantic Rose, because everyone chats and talks about how beautiful the formula is, and it feels very nice. But what am I gonna do with a blush that is that color? It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing that they don't have any shades in this formulation with the, like, I know people talk about the baked blushes, but I wasn't interested in shimmery blush like matte, and they just seem to be very ashy. Very disappointed. Similar style, like color tone wise, is a recent buy, which is the My Type blush from ColourPop. With my hands. I love this blush. It's like just a little, maybe it's like a touch too light, I thought, in the spring, but now that it's summer, it's what's currently like actually under my eyes. Like, this is like a very, like, now that I know what it looks like on my eyes, I really like it. It's a little, I think it looks good on me, but I like a very prominent blush. But it's pink. It's pink. It settles up. I wish I could have more intelligent thought about it. Like, an unusual choice for blush is last year I was hoping to start doing clients, and then a whole pizzaroni happened and I couldn't do that. So, but the client that I got to do was, my aunt was in a play and she was like, hey, you need to do makeup. So I was like, oh god, I need to get blush so that, you know, she looks good on screen. And I got this at the beauty supply store for like $5. It's got all the tones of blush if you're trying to figure out like what you like and what you, how dare you, what you like and what you don't, and what you don't as far as colors for yourself. I wear this color a lot mixed with like an orange tone eyeshadow. That is also what I was using a lot of in the past, was an orange toned eyeshadow just on my cheeks, and it worked really well for blush so that I wouldn't have to go out and buy things that I didn't need. That was before I was making poor decisions with other people's money. Okay, last of just like the basic powder blushes is I have two from e.l.f. These are the powder primer powder blushes. This one is Always Fiery. I got this one more recently. And it's orange. And I love an orange blush. It's a good choice for me. It's great. And this one is an Always Spicy, which is much more subtle and nudie and much more what my mother would prefer if I wore. They just glide on the skin. That's not true. I have tried a blush that I didn't like. It's the Kylie blush, which I can't like swatch for you because I depotted it so that I could use the packaging, because the packaging has a big mirror on it, and I'm surprised it's not on my vanity right now. But I hated those blushes. Like, even just like swiping them, they were very dry and the colors were very ashy, like the Milani one. You know, it's not a blush made for me. My issue with it is that it was labeled on the Ulta side as a deep plum color or something, and like I put it on and it's pink and it's like, ugh, embarrassing. But I really like these because they're relatively cheap. I believe they're like $6, and they have such a wide line of colors. They're very nice. This is technically a highlight palette, but I would never wear this as highlight. For the Beauty Bakery, the La Vida Mocha from the Coffee and Cream palette, Be Better Not Bitter. I do not know what its actual term is, but I've had this as like one of the first blush highlight powders that I bought, and it's like orangey, and it's almost like a putty blush. It's so just very red. I honestly kind of want to bring it back out. I'm not wearing highlight today, so just like throw it on top. It's a good tone, but it's that tone. I'm not a scientist, but that tone is a good tone. Moving into like para putty blushes is my two ColourPop blushes, because I bought Drop of a Hat thinking it was Drop of Heat, and then it was way more orange. It's like a luminizer. It's like a bronzer. Oh, I forget how soft that is. So soft on the skin. It's just it's very soft. It's gold. It's more like a highlighter and illuminating bronzer than a blush for me, but it's nice. I hadn't put it on in a while and I forgot how it felt, and I was like, oh, ooh, forgot. And this is the OG Between the Sheets. She's an icon. She's the friend everyone wants. She's iconic. She's mauvey and pink. She's like the putty version of my type from the powder one that I was showing. It's so subtle and it just brings a little color to the cheeks. It's on my finger. You can see it where it's just like, oh, ooh, I'm embarrassed. I'm pink. It's very cute. I like it. I like blushes to be soft sometimes. Okay, so moving into putty blushes, my first dip into it actually isn't with the e.l.f. blushes, but with this Smith & Colt blush that my friend got me. And you might have seen me use it once around Christmas time, and that's because the next time I opened it, it had dried up. The packaging didn't give me any way to protect it, so it was just on my vanity, just chilling, because it was pretty and fully just dried up. So I didn't really get a lot of use out of it, but it was about the same color as the ColourPop Between the Sheets blush, and I really liked it. My new obsession is these e.l.f. putty blushes, because even the colors that shouldn't work are so sheer when you use them properly that it doesn't matter. And they're just like, it just takes just a finger scrape. Just a finger scrape. I used the wrong hand, running out of space, to just like just gently rub it in. And this is like a Barbie, this is Tahiti, and it's like a Barbie pink tone, and it's just nice on the skin. I will give it that after using it in the real world, I looked very, 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 very oily. But I can't be mad at a product that, like, you know, is putty and I don't set with powder anymore. So if you like did your whole face and then set with a translucent powder that's truly translucent, I bet you the Laura Mercier powder probably is that translucent. I'm not willing to pay Laura Mercier prices. But I bet you if you set your face with that and then setting spray, it probably wouldn't be as oily. But like, I like a little frying grease on my face. Like, these are just the colors that I have, and it's like, oh, gorge. Absolutely. Okay. I want to call this one like a mousse. Oh, it just called itself a mousse. Soft cheek tint. The Sweet Cheeks soft tint. The Sweet Cheeks soft cheek tint from NYX. This is an Almost Famous. This is straight up orange. And like, Jesus Christ. So orange, and it on the brush, and then it just dissipates into nothing. I really like that. I want to get more. My local Ulta didn't have as many. These are like absolutely great. My newest obsession is a liquid blush. I have the ColourPop. I have the ColourPop Cheek Dews, which is a blush serum. And I've seen people use them and not be satisfied with them. I have a healthy fear / respect for these blushes. This one is in Rumors, I believe. Yeah, Rumors. They're always so nice to the touch. I just really like the way they feel. Like, I just touched it to put on my hand, and it's, you know, I put it here. It's another sheer product. Goddamn. And this is a cheek dew in Hot Fuzz that I got because I saw Ariel Menard. Not gonna look up her name. And I really liked it on her, and it's essentially like a blood red that, you know, you blend out, and it's like a berry tone. Playing with fire with my new shirt. Let me put a lid on that. And it's just so, like, it's so nice to the skin. I've really enjoyed checking out blushes. What I can't say, other than the Kylie one and that specific Milani blush being not my favorite, I can't say I hate any of these. Like, they're all just like lovely little blushes that, if for various skill levels. I will say I'll go from, these two are scary. Like, if you put too much out on your hand, you're gonna mess up. This is a little less scary. I think, again, if you put too much on, it's gonna take a little more to, like, blend it out, and, you know, if you don't have the face real estate for when you mess up, you can really mess up. But not too bad. And of course, everyone's favorite, the powder blush. Really, you know, it's powder and figuring out how you like it on your face. That's the learning curve with powder blushes than like cream. I don't know. I really like blushes. I'll talk to you later, guys. Bye.